Okay, morning guys. This is supposed to be a very short video. Well, yeah. But I was lying down a while ago and I remember that a text I got last night. Was it last night? It's last night, right? A text I got last night. So you guys already know. This is Michelle in Ghana. You guys already know that we use taxi drivers to get around and bikes. And there have been times when we have been even on a babaya. Especially when we order stuff, materials for the house, they're on a babaya. Right? So there's one particular driver that we use most of the time. 90% of the time. But there are times when we call him and he's not answering, or a time when he hangs out to dry because he says he's coming and he doesn't turn up. So we end up trying a couple others, right? So there's one driver that took us somewhere and we have his number. So when we try the main driver and we don't get him, every now and then we call. We rarely ever get him. I think every time I call, it rings without answer. Twice I got him and he was busy. Either 2 or 3 times. So I called recently looking to get a drive somewhere. Didn't get him. So yesterday I was here now and I saw a text. I don't know when it came in. I didn't look at the time. But when I looked at the message, I had to laugh. And I remember a diaspora putting up a TikTok about it. You know, they like to ask you to buy cars and all kind of stuff, right? Because they think everybody is rich. So this one was saying that he's sorry for the missed calls. He's apologizing that I called and I didn't get him. But then he explained that his boss sold the car. They sold the car. They sold the car recently. I guess he's explaining he doesn't have a car. So he's asking me, begging, because I think the last message was, I beg you. Yeah. He said it's 3 separate messages. The first one apologizing. Please, mommy, I'm sorry for the missed calls. And then the second message was saying his boss sold the car. So he's asking me to buy a car, please, so that he could be my driver, I guess he means. Well, obviously he means driver. So I laughed because I've been contemplating buying a car, yes. But it's not feasible right now in terms of expense, right? So I've been driving. I drove in Jamaica. I drove in the US. I have not driven, well, I bought a car and drove it here, but I don't have my own car to drive, right? The point is I can drive. I've been driving for years. So I'm wondering if it is that he assumes that I can't drive. But I don't even want to touch on the idea that I should buy a car, give it to somebody to drive me around. I'm just wondering if he thinks I can't drive. You and I know I've never thought of buying. In fact, I'm very possessive of the things I own, especially since I'm the one who purchased them. Very possessive. So I don't like people driving my car, to be honest. With all the cars I want, I remember some years ago, there was this guy, a lot of years ago, because that was before I left Jamaica. There was this guy, before I even built my house in Jamaica, there was this guy who said he liked me, right? And he wanted to invite me out to a movie. And here is how my thought process went. This guy wasn't working. I don't care how he was going to get the money. That wasn't my concern. But he wasn't working. He didn't own a car. He was living at his supposed ex-wife family house. Yeah. and he wanted to invite me out. I have a car. I lived in my own apartment at the time because, as I said, this was before I built my house. And all I kept thinking was, how was the date supposed to go? Is he supposed to wait on me at his house? I go pick him up, drive us to the theater, watch the movie, and then drop him off and drive myself home. Call me old-fashioned people, but I'm not doing those things. If a man invited me for a date, he must pick me up on my yard. So at the very least, I have a car, but he should have a car. So he should pick me up, then drop me off. I think one day he even asked me if he could borrow my car. You know, it was, I guess, talking to me often enough to think it was okay to borrow my car. I don't lend men my car. I know a lot of persons going to have their own opinions on this statement, but I don't lend men my car. If I am in a relationship with someone, yes, and he has a car, I have a car, and I say he has a car, I have a car, because I'm not lending my car to any man who does not own a car for themselves. A man who owns a car, know the value of it, know the value of the parts, know the value of keeping it safe, know the value of basically overall taking care of the car. So if it broke down, they know how much the cost. If they crash it, not saying every man who own a car will pay a fee if you crash it. Not saying that. But they understand the value of, because they had a car. Assuming if he has a car and he's borrowing mine, it could be that his was breakdown at that point in time, or it was damaged for some reason, or it's being worked on for whatever reason. But under those circumstances, depending on the type of person he is and how long I've been with him, maybe I'll lend him my car. But I'm not lending my car to any man who does not own a car for himself. I can tell you that. And as I say, everybody have their own opinion about that, and that's their problem. This is my opinion on it. So to invite me on a date and then expect me to pick you up or you drive my car ain't gonna work for me. And definitely here in Ghana, I ain't buying no car for no man. I can drive. In fact, I think my license that I have it's gonna be up next month. So when I do buy a car, I get my own license and do my own thing. Boy, and I am not getting no driver to drive me around. I need to learn these roads for myself. So when I do buy a car, I'm definitely going to be driving myself. So it's not a culture thing. What do you label that? The idea that, is it a mental thing? A mindset? What? That we are here. That's the only way I can. I think I'm saying it wrong. It just boggles my mind to think that I would buy a car for a man here for him to be my driver. Kind of ridiculous to me. So, and I thought that they think you have money to buy a car for them when you need one, and buy clothes for them. I haven't bought any clothes since I got here. I keep thinking that the clothes I have, they need to, but I'm on old clothes. I'm going to be staying on it as long as possible, because to me, clothes is not even a priority right now, to be honest. So my money is going towards the care of the house, right? Until it gets to the point where, I'm totally comfortable. no matter how long that will take. So I'm hoping the clothes that I brought here will last for that long, or last for the duration of, since I don't know how long the most they are going to take to shower those little monies to me, right? But it's a thing here, guys. Yeah, the expectation that if they want clothes, you buy it for them. They want shoes, you buy it for them. They see on the road you're buying food, they want you to buy food for them. And cars, you just boggle the mind about cars, because cars ain't cheap, and definitely cars ain't cheap here. And even if you're gonna be importing one from Japan or wherever, it ain't cheap. I noticed the bike guys recently changed their the bikes. Quite a number of them changed the bikes recently. And let me tell you, many of them are industrious, you know. They're hard workers. They run the car, whether they scam or they whatever. You have scammers among them or whatever, or those who will come and scout you. They still are hard workers. They'll do the car thing, a bike thing, and they buy, upgrade the car, upgrade the bike. So there was a spate of upgrading of bikes recently. That to me is very admirable. The money save the money and them upgrade them bike. Right? So I don't want people to think that you don't have hard working. Many Ghanaians are hard workers. That's my opinion overall. And then you have those who don't like work. Right? Female, some of them, male, others. And the male don't afraid to beg women money. So I was admiring them recently, the bikes recently, and the upgrade. And I asked a couple questions. The bikes ain't cheap. And remember, over here, you buy as you go. When you buy your stuff, you own it. You know, installments. So they save the money and they buy the stuff, right? And I'm all for that. You know, I admire that. But those who think that it's okay to expect others to buy for them, I don't think we have ever been in that age. And with how things are now, what's the way going into that age? So it's my 2 cents on that. Alright, guys. See you.